my lovelies. Hope you're doing well. I have another little snippet of information for you, this time about the planet Uranus. So all of the planets have different cycles the further out they are from planet Earth, and Uranus has an 84-year cycle. At the moment it's in the sign of Taurus, where it will spend its 7 years, and it moves out of Taurus in April of 2026 into the sign of Gemini. Taurus doesn't like having Uranus there, because Uranus is about unpredictability, sudden change, innovations, and Taurus likes things slow and plodding and predictable. So when Uranus moves into Gemini, it will be much happier, because Gemini is an air sign and Uranus rules Aquarius, which is also an air sign, so things will get a lot faster. Things will move and groove with regard to communication much faster in the next couple of years, 18 months or so. And then I thought, well, 84 years, that's quite a bit of a cycle, and it's more likely now that humanity, people will live a whole Uranian cycle. They can live 84 years and longer. And so I thought, I wonder what happened 84 years ago. So I did a bit of digging. So 84 years ago was 1941, during the Second World War. And on the, 7th of December 1941, there was an attack on Pearl Harbour in Hawaii by the Imperial Japanese Navy on the American naval base in Honolulu. And then, weirdly enough, a movie was made by Steven Spielberg called 1941. And it was a bit of a flop at the cinema. I remember going to see it. And Steven Spielberg was 33 years of age when he made the movie. So you know what 33 can be to do with. Well, some of us do. So the movie 1941 is loosely based on the Great Los Angeles Air Raid of 1942, as well as the bombardment of Elwood Oil Refinery near Santa Barbara by a Japanese submarine. So the context of the movie, 1941, by Steven Spielberg, was a comedy war film with Dan Ackroyd, John Belushi, John Candy, Christopher Lee, Toshiro Mifune, who was the captain of the Japanese submarine, and Mickey Rourke. It was made in 1979, and it was about the panic in the Los Angeles area after the attack on Pearl Harbour. And I remember seeing John Belushi as a completely manic airplane pilot, flying between all the office buildings, shall we say, in Los Angeles. So look it up. It's a very interesting take on things, how fear can be manipulated to the population by certain things going on. Also in 1941, the actual year, not the movie, plutonium was first produced and isolated by an American chemist called Glenn T. Seaborg. And then I thought, for some years now, I've been clocking ages of famous people, or people, who've died at the halfway point. So when we say midlife crisis, around about 42. So 42 is half of 84. It's the halfway point in the Uranus cycle. And so I had a look, and I've come up with a few names which you might find interesting. The first one being Robert Bobby Kennedy. He was 42 when he was assassinated. And the day he was assassinated was the 6th of June, 1968. Which adds up to 666. Then we had Elvis. He died at the age of 42 on the 16th of August 1977. Amy Johnson, the female pilot who disappeared, she disappeared in 1941. Prince Albert, Queen Victoria's consort, he died at the age of 42. There were nasty things going on in the pipework in Windsor Castle, and he developed typhoid. That's what took him out. Fred Trump Jr., so DJT's brother, he was 42. Mary I of England, so Queen Mary, who was Henry VIII's first daughter, she was 42. A young man called Dodi Fayed, he was 42 when he died. James I of Scotland, he was 42. A pop star called Billy Fury, English pop star, he was 42. And an American criminal, I suppose you call him, Butch Cassidy, he was 42 when he died. So I think it is a very significant year, not just for celebrities, but because they were just an example to show you, but for a lot of us, when we reach 42, it being the midlife crisis, how we make changes in our lives. And because it's Uranus, it can be quite shocking, it can be disruptive, it can take from you a lot of things that you've actually put in the works, what you've been working on. I know for me, when I was 42, which is a very long time ago, I went for a week's holiday on a Greek island. It was given to me for free to stay for a week in a hotel, and I actually stayed 4 months. And I had a wonderful time. I just left everything back here in England, and I enjoyed myself and actually worked there, doing treatments and readings and such like on this little Greek island. So you might like to look at your own incidents that happen at the age of 42, if you're that old, and or family and friends and situations around you. What has occurred? What's shown itself out of the blue at the age of 42? There are another couple of people on my list here who happen to have been born in the same year, and that is Princess Catherine of Wales and Prince William of Wales. They are both now around about 43. So if you look at the things that have occurred around them in the last year, 18 months or so, and how that has impacted their lives. So there we are. That's just a little snippet of the Uranian cycle. If you'd like to leave a comment, that would be lovely. And we'll see you again soon. Lots of love. Bye.